Okay, so this is a story I like to tell. There was once I was part of TIG Source, TIG Source. It was a forum for independent game developers, and that was back when things were really pretty small. And the main site would write a little mini reviews about whatever the up and coming indie game was that was exciting. And the forums, they would just bitch at each other about stuff, and they'd share. You could just share your stuff and whatever else. And this guy named Marcus put a build of one of his games up, which I don't remember what it was called at the time. And it was this game where everything was cubes and you go around and you just dig into the earth and there was randomly generated caves. The fuck is this? I remember playing it and be like, this isn't fun. I was wrong. It turns out I was really wrong, because that was Minecraft and it became the biggest video game of all time. There is absolutely no way to predict what the next thing is. But I'll tell you right now, it's going to be something that doesn't exist now. It's definitely not going to be a clone of a game that already exists. It's going to be a left field, totally out of the blue, crazy thing that is going to, it might even be shitty. you never know. It could just be a flash in the pan that gets super huge and that's all it is. It could be great. There's no way to predict it, but I think it's important to know that, though. I think it's important to know that if you're in the mood to strike some serious gold and you're not going to risk shitloads of your life and money doing it, you're better off doing something really out of left field, really odd, really risky, but good. That's the important thing. Like, it still's got to be good, but make something that doesn't exist right now, and you have a higher probability of hitting that. Like something totally crazy that could be the next, what was the last one that was super odd? Friday Night Funkin'. Like, where'd that, like, that's, who would have thought? Like, who would have thought Friday Night Funkin' would bring Newgrounds back from the grave? You know what I mean? There's just so many games that are so left field that you would never think that would become this thing. But they're always the games that are the riskiest, weirdest, oddballest, to take don't make any compromises and just put it out there. Oh, what's that one? The my God, I'm so blanking on it. The one that kids meme like crazy, the sus, what is it? Tell me.
Among Us?
Among Us?
Yes, there. Thank you. Among Us. That's a game I think that was by Newgrounds kids as well. There was some Newgrounds kids that just put it up there, and no one cared at all until some random streamer played it and then popularized it, and now it's the biggest fucking thing in the world. It's like I remember contacting them when I was working on Four Souls. I was doing these little promotional things, and I had to go through a team of people to like get to them, and they have like a guideline of how, what not to do. You're not supposed to say sus either, which is weird, because that's like everybody knows it is that, but they don't say it. And I can't say that on the card, because I was like, I wanted it to be called sus, right? Yeah. No. So there's like a whole corporation behind this teeny tiny little, thing, which is crazy. Like, but that's what can happen when you make something that is just not like other stuff, or like something else that exists in a different realm, because that did exist in a different realm, in board games like Werewolf and Mafia, like that existed for forever, right? But they just retranslated it into this online game, and it totally worked.